Is this TV?
No, just video.
I'm just trying to decide whether or not I swear or.
No FCC rules on this one.
Go.
So how do you like the way the team looked the first two exhibitions?
Yeah, no, I mean, we're excited. We have some talent. The kids are fit. They like each other. There's so many good things going on right now. So we're excited about where we are, excited about the caliber of schedule we're playing. Because if you look at our schedule, it's basically the top 10. So we play some of the best teams in the country. Penn State is a great program. We're opening with them. So we're going to challenge our kids because we have some talent. And hopefully by the ACC tournament, we're going to be in a position to challenge for postseason honors in both the ACC and the national tournament. So we're excited about where we are. Excited to get kids back that were hurt. Macy Bell is back, Sam Nesla is back. Talia Della Peruta is finally playing without pain. Kaylee Herr, who's came off an ACL tear after our second game last year, is now back with us. And so many kids back from injury. So we're absolutely thrilled.
How much in the offseason did you and the players just think about what could have been 16 seconds left in that controversial goal?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, one thing I loved about having Jim Phillips as our ACC commissioner, he was so upset with the no call, he wanted me to pursue it. And so I did. I pursued it with our director of officials, and he chatted with the other people that are doing this. And he made it a point of emphasis that you can't just shove the other team's goalkeeper into the goal. Because the TV, referee and foul evaluator said 60% of the time that will not be called. So I'm thinking, great. What we're going to do is we're going to throw the goalkeeper that we're playing against into the back of the net in every corner kick because 60% of the time it won't be called. Well, no. 100% of the time that'll be called. So, I mean, I haven't lost much sleep over it. I was very proud of what happened last year because of the kids we lost and where we ended up. I was certainly very, very impressed with what Damon Nahas did with our team because he runs our training sessions. Nathan runs our goalkeepers, and so I was so pleased with the staff. Heather O'Reilly, who, by the way, is doing an absolutely brilliant job in Australia, New Zealand. I have a great staff. We had a great run last year. I have no complaints. UCLA had an excellent team. They beat us earlier in the year. So no complaints. I mean, and I love the fact that Jim Phillips wanted us to address this aggressively. We have another bite of the apple. That's the best thing about sports. You get knocked down, there's always next year. And so this is next year, so we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, so you got a new formation this year, and now that the preseason's over, what kind of have you learned about it? What are you going to adjust? What do you like about it?
We have so many quality midfielders. We've got to figure out a way to play a lot of them. So when you play with a four-man midfield, which is what we're playing with right now, we get to have a lot of these elite players on the field. And so that's a system that's sort of catering to who we are. But also we've got some pace up top. We've got some excellent defenders, certainly with Macy Bell back with us now. So we've got talent in every line. And we're going to play a system that I think highlights our strengths and hides our weaknesses. And so looking at it so far, yes, we got to tweak it a bit. There's some areas where we have to get a little bit better. But it's very difficult for teams to play against, so much so that the team today just basically played with 11 players behind the ball. So it looked like a game in the English Premier League between a Man City and an Arsenal and a team in the lower part of the First Division. And I think a part of what caused them to do that is they saw our result against a team that tried to open up a bit against us with the 8-1 score in the first game. So I think their coach came in with a fabulous game plan because he and his kids executed it well. Even our first goal was a bit of a scrappy goal, so it could easily have been a 1-0 game. So I give nothing but credit to their team and what they had to do to keep the score close. And I tip my hat to them.
Yeah, you kind of talked about height as a weakness in the lineup. I mean, but Olivia Thomas, she's 5'10". She had 2 goals in the first scrimmage. She kind of made an impact today with her height, especially on the corner kick in the second half. I mean, just, what do you see her role as in being this season potentially?
She's going to challenge the start. She's got some qualities. I love her pace. I love her ability in the air. I love how aggressive she is in her movement. And so we've got 3 elite 9s between the Bella Sember, who's our current starting 9, but also Olivia Thomas, and then Tori Della Peruta, who scored a very nice second goal. So I think we've got 3 quality 9s that we can play up there, and they're all completely different from each other. So I think that bodes well for us. And we've got weapons all over the place. So we've got weapons you haven't even seen yet in today's game, because Maddie Darlene, one of our starters, tweaked her ankle in the first game. And there's a very pacey right-sided player that is going to help us. And her original backup, Kate Fossey, is also an amazing athlete that could also play on the right side for us up top. And so 2 of our most athletic players actually didn't play today. But what we saw today from everyone else is encouraging, and we're certainly excited about the season.
Which ankle is it for Maddie?
What's that?
Which ankle is it for Maddie?
I don't even know, but if you look at her, I think she's wearing a boot.
Yeah.
So whatever ankle the boot is on is the injured one.
Can you speak to the freshman class? It was ranked number 1 in the country.
Yeah,
obviously,
top
recruiting class. It seems like they'll have a lot of impact.
Yeah, and also one of the top players in that class, no one's seen yet. Her name is Evelyn Shores. She's from Atlanta, and she tore her hip labrum and had it stitched back together. And we've seen her in practice. Obviously, we saw her when we recruited her. This is another kid that'll challenge to start.
When did she get hurt, and what's the timetable?
I think she may have gotten hurt maybe in the middle of last spring. And I think she'll start to jump into practice without, I guess, reservation in the next couple weeks, where she can, attack and defend. Right now we have her as a plus player, so no one can tackle her. So we're trying to protect her a bit. But I'm seeing her movement get better and better and better. And there's another kid with the talent to get into our lineup. But also, if not as a starter, then she's certainly going to play. She's quality.
I kind of asked about the offense. Going back to the defense, now you've got a mix of experience. You got a freshman, you have a redshirt sophomore, a redshirt senior. I mean, you just got a lot of youth and talent experience back there. And today you held ECU to just 30 seconds in their front fourth in the first half today. I mean, just talk about the defense's play today as they kind of shut down ECU in their own half.
Yeah, I was very happy with our back 3, and also all the back 3s that played. The other team didn't really have too many chances. Didn't really play the ball into our box much. That's a credit to the defense, but it's also a credit to the 60s that are sitting on top of the 3. And right now we're in effect defending the 6, because we're defending with the goalkeeper certainly, the 3 backs, but also the 2 60s. But as you can tell from watching us play, everyone works for us defensively, and everyone knows to get on the field for us they have to defend. And so we think our press can be a good press, because that team didn't try to work the ball out of the back. The goalkeeper got it, she kicked it as far as she could, and they had no intention to see if they could basically break our press. And that's a credit certainly to our kids, but also to the wonderful commitment these kids have to become as good as they can be.
Right. Aside from the one defensive miscommunication in the College of Charleston game, the defense played nearly flawless. I mean, how do you bring this level of play from the preseason to further down the line in the regular season when y'all play these top 10 teams that you mentioned?
Yeah, so first of all, please understand there was a huge talent disparity between us and the 2 teams we scrimmaged. Starting with Penn State, that ends. That team has some phenomenal talent all over the place. And so our real test will be against them. And then obviously, if we're successful, great. But we'll see areas where Penn State will exploit us. If they beat us or tie us, that's something we're going to have to address. But this was a really good preseason. I'm proud of the team because this is the fittest collection of players we've ever brought in. Basically, 20 kids passed our draconian fitness standard. And usually we have between like 8 and 12 kids that pass it. And I'm going back to the beginning. I'm going back to the 9 national championships in a row. Maybe 8 to 12 would pass fitness. And coming in this year on the first day, 20 passed. I think a part of that was the pressure that all of them knew was going to be on them to get on the field with the amount of talent we have.
Great.
That's all I had. Thank you.
Thanks, Anson.
You're welcome. See you guys later.